Good morning, fourth graders. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. In Language Today, this is a language video. In Language Today, we have a new concept over troublesome words and how to use those correctly. And you also have a quiz. Now, your quiz is over set and sit and lie and lay. So if you need to, go back and review those on how to use those properly. Now, if I have some of your pages that you need for that quiz, you can always look in that blue section in the back of your book and just look up sit and set or lie and lay, and it will show you exactly how to use those. And you'll be able to do well on your quiz there. Now, today we're on page 244 in your language book. And it's lesson 157, and we have some words that are sometimes used incorrectly and they can be troublesome for us. So I'm just going to go over the list with you and kind of give you some pointers for some of the things that maybe help you to remember how and when to use them. So if you look at the first one, it's accept, accept. They're pronounced exactly the same. One starts with an A, one starts with an E, okay? So accept means to accept with the A present or a gift, and accept with an E means I like all types of ice cream except vanilla, okay? So those are pronounced exactly the same. One begins with an A and one begins with an E, and the A one talks about getting a prize or receiving something or to agree with, and the other one means excluding, all right? The next one is affect and effect. Again, affect starts with an A, effect starts with an E. Affect means to influence or to act upon, such as the weather always affects her health, so it influences her health. Now the other one is effect, and that is a little bit easier to pick out because effect, the word the always comes before effect, and it means the result or the consequence of. We could easily see the effects of the storm. So the or the will come before the effect, the one that starts with an E. Beside and besides. Beside means by the side of or next to. Besides with an S on the end means in addition to. So I sat beside her at school. Jack has several books besides this one. Between and among. Between is dealing with two things. Think of the word between. It's spelled B-E-T-W-E-E-N. Think about the T-W in between. We're talking about two things, and among is dealing with two or more things. Jared and I had $3 between us. The sickness spread among the townspeople. So between is two people or things, and among is more. Burst and bust. Do not use bust or busted when you should use burst. Don't ever say I busted the balloon, or the balloon burst. That's the way you would use that correctly. So do not use burst or do not use bust or busted. Always use the word burst. Have of is a preposition and should never be used for the helping verb have. So never use have and of together. You would always just only use have or just only use of. Look at the word here. I could have gone to school today. That's incorrect. You would say I could have gone to school. So if you have a choice in any of your tests and quizzes of either to say could have or could have, always pick the could have, okay? So you would have is a better word there. Less and fewer. Less is used when dealing with a substance which cannot be counted, like flour, air, sand. Fewer is used when dealing with a number of definite and countable things. Think about fingers, okay? You can count fingers, so you would use fewer with fingers. Apples, you can count apples, so you would use fewer with apples. Less is for things you cannot count. Can't count the air. You can't count the sand, all right? But you can, or you can't count flour because it's way too much. So less would be things that you cannot count. Fewer are things that you can count. Think about fewer starts with an F and fingers starts with an F. So you can count fingers, so fewer would be things that you can count. Never use off of. Off is sufficient. So never use off of, just only use off. such as I'm going to jump off of the slide. You would say I'm just going to jump off the slide. Never use off of. Never use never use and for to after the verb try. So it says try and remember my birthday. That's incorrect. You always use the word try to remember my birthday. So never use try and, but use try to. And then the last one, wait on and wait for. Wait on means to serve, like a waitress will wait on you. It does not mean to wait for. At the airport, Kyle waited on his sister a full hour. That would be incorrect. At the airport, Kyle waited for his sister a full hour. So waiting on is something that a waitress would do, okay? But you would wait for your mom to get home from work, all right? So think about it. A waiter, someone that serves you. They put things on the table, so a waiter would, so if that's the case, you're only going to use wait on, as in when a waitress would wait on you. Wait for is saying if you're waiting for something to happen. Well, these are some troublesome words, and if you have any questions, let me know. Do well on your test and on your quiz today. Remember to look back in the blue section of your book if you need help on those the parts of your quiz. You can always use your book, and let me know if you have any problems. Hope you have a great day.